I just woke up from a dream. That dream seems to have become a real dream. Because when I dream, I don't usually dream because I hardly sleep. Because people who dream, I only wish that dreams come true because the world will be a wonderful one. Don't you think so? Anyway, in my dream, I thought, how the hell did I manage to get around and do things and get through and work right through the pandemic, and it's behind us, and still people seems to be finding excuses to blame a virus that was here with us 2.5 years ago. And I thought people and companies and executives and seniors and people in the power of brain would have come to some kind of sense to find solutions to a problem that we all faced, and we kind of almost reset society, reset governments, reset our entire planet. In fact, the nature recovered quite well, only to go back to its usual nonsense once again. Anyway, I made myself so uneducated. When I say so uneducated, I unlearned to do the alphabet. I unlearned to write the letters of the alphabet. I unlearned to misspell it. So at least I can get through. Instead of going to school to learn, I went to school to unlearn and ask questions. Questions after questions after questions. The people actually asked me to stand outside of the corridor in the classroom because they simply found themselves come stuck with my questions. Because a question can always be right. It is the answer that you're going to give ain't going to be the one that one or few or several or community or society or a nation or a world is going to accept to be. But the questions can be more deeper and profound the way it is. And this is what I was dreaming of. And that dream just woke me up and then realized why everything I touch, feel, sense, and smell. It seems when I put to motion, it works. Because I find myself that finding ways to do things that does not cause others harm, distress, cause anxiety, cause dis-ease. Remember this word. Disease means you're not at ease, so you become a real disease for yourself. Hence, our bodies are full of diseases because none of us are capable of being at ease. I learn most of it. I become so unintelligent and so of a fool that I found everybody in position, in authority, in place, that they meant to put things right where things go wrong. Yet, have a look around you. How many things that you are involved in your life with comes to your phone bills, electricity bills, food bills, your job, your family life, your house, your mortgage, your energy bills, your fuel bills, your road tax, everything that you took on as an accessory for you to feel great, wonderful about yourself is pretty much tightening you down, screwing, it's in other words, screwing you, twisting you, getting yourself into absolute downtrodden misery. It's not the weather. The weather is wonderful. It was thunderstorms as I land this morning from wonderful country of Italy. There again, I thought those people were efficient. Then I arrived in the UK and I thought, Here it was all efficient. No, there was a burst pipe. There was no buses, diversions. And then I thought I'll take the train. But no, leaves on the track. I'm not making this up. Look up for yourself. When you put yourself in experience of life, when you're day in, day out there, facing the realities of life, this is how it is. We have made ourselves in position, in authority, in government, in society, in companies, in corporations, in ways that if you found ways to make life simply, and if the transaction makes life simply enough, there won't be ways to make politics, money, and religions on this planet to make you so involved in it you can't get out of it. What I'm saying here is my dream. I dreamt it was a brief one because I knew people in power, authority, and company of higher stature would be intelligent, educated, profound, sensitive, problem solvers, and they could be the ones who could guide the society, people they are in charge of, people they are meant to be responsible of, the governments, the people that they promise to deliver, the companies that they promise to find ways to solve problems and make your life easy with tools that are introduced to you, with technology and otherwise. But every tool seems to be working against us. Every government policy, every policy, programs that are put in place to govern, manage, arrange, guide, direct, sail you through situations are causing problem after problem after problem, a multitude of it. I don't have to repeat. Look back to the last 2.5 years. How many situations that we put ourselves into. It is just that the so-called educated, so-called the elite, so-called the powerful, and the people whom they know do not know a thing. They are so-called human beings. They educate themselves to become animals from a creature. If you're sensitive enough to be a creature at birth, as we all are, we nurture them into becoming humans. We nurture them into becoming, growing into becoming sensitive to nature, sensitive to life, sensitive to one another, sensitive to everything that we do, sensitive to responsibilities we undertook, the responsibilities that we owned ourselves to make sure that others live well. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened for some reason or the other. It seems when a problem is yours and that I can be in a position of power to manage your problems because you don't know the way out of your situations you face with the problems, you then look up to your boss, they look up to their boss, they look up to theirs, and once at the very top, look up to the heavens. Well, they have collapsed down to the bottom because the technology has taken over much of these responsibilities. Even when you go on a Sunday or whatever the religious functions there are these days on the planet, they are now looking through a digital keypad, a smart device, because they have themselves said they are less than the gadget that they are holding on to, because they call it a smart gadget, a smart iPad, smart smart, device, that means you've simply condemned yourself to be less than a plastic gadget you're holding on to. But this is the best gadget on the planet, a human possibility. Yet we cripple them through education. A child born to be a genius only to be made into an idiot, just like me, through education, be writing the alphabet forever and more, having to write from left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top, reading. And how many years of your life has been invested in trying to read and write and learn 26 letters of the alphabet of the English language? There was a time that the cowboys were in charge. Now it seems like the Indians have come around. They put into place to see if that'll work. There's too many cowboys who seems to think that they know all. It's for some reason or the other, it is not going the way we want. The people who talk about peace, they have made life out of meetings, conventions, summits, and all sorts of gatherings around the world. Yet, look at ourselves as human beings, where we are on this planet today. Nobody seems to look in each other's eyes, smile, doesn't have an energy to smile, doesn't have the sincere feeling of embracing somebody in front of them and smile and acknowledge. They're so engrossed and tapping and typing and crushing and shooting and on a smart screen, losing the brains, losing the sense of reality, that they're forgetting to even breathe. Anxiety, all of these comes because of the way we have conducted ourselves, and the technology is speeding ahead of us, yet the humanity is degrading behind or going backwards. It seems like we're parting with technology taking over. No. Are they taking over? No. They're programmed in a way that the normal, what is normal? There is no such thing. A human function through the so-called education has not evolved to a place, the humanity, to be able to adapt and be sensitive and smarter than the smart gadget they have got. Because the wording itself tells you that you are less smarter than your latest upgraded smart device. So I will leave with those thoughts, because it is the dream that I've just spoken about. It is my emotional thoughts that what is happening to humanity and what is happening to human beings as a species on this planet. Why aren't we disengaging with one another and engaging with smart devices, unable to smile, unable to hug and embrace each other as human beings? We're all in fear, holding on to the bags as we walk down the street, looking over each other's shoulder to see who's trying to rob and do something awful. And these sort of situations would never arise if we have brought up a conscious, responsible individuals on this planet. There are no great nations, there are no great worlds, there are no great societies. There are individuals who we can involve in life to become sensitive enough so that they are great. So folks, 14 and a bit minutes of talking about my dream. It has to come to an end. And I'm saying, when you dream, the dream should happen your way. If it happens someone else's way, you must be a lousy director of your own movie that you created in your head, make sure it is of some joyful nature.